show where generations of family go head to head on a variety of topics. You got Danny, the almost baby boomer, Kaya, the Gen X, Noni, the millennial, and Chris, the Gen Z. No matter what the topic, you know it will be up for debate.
Since you brought up Nicki Minaj, let's talk about some of the female hip hop beefs. Okay, so the most recent one with Nicki had a beef with Megan, but I don't even want to go to Megan. Let's go to the beef with her and Remy Ma.
That's pretty. What was that about anyway? Like, what? How did that?
I just think it was because Nicki tried to take Kim's seat, and Nicki didn't give. Kim felt that Nicki didn't give Kim her just due for basically inventing her whole style. Since Puff did manage Nicki prior to her going to Cash Money, Young Money. I wonder how much the net worth is in Young Money. But anyway, so I think that's kind of what did it. And, Rem was just like, nah, I got you, sis. Tag me in.
And yeah, Remy came and did a thing. You know, I used to love Remy in a sense. I used to love her. I used to love Rhapsody. But then you start looking, like you peel back the layers and you start seeing like even like Griselda, like they have all these cats who try to do the 90s vibe.
Griselda, that's Chris people. Chris love him some Griselda though.
Yeah, they kind of to me the fake MOP. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of like.
I have such a problem with that statement. I have such a problem with that.
Kind of stupid. Get stupid, goofy.
Go at it. Go ahead.
It's hip hop.
Here's the thing. We cannot have our cake and eat it too.
That's true.
One of your main arguments was that nobody's different. Right? Everybody sounds the same. Everybody's doing the same thing. Nobody's unique. Griselda, right? They're a group. Not just a group, but they're an actual label. Right? First three, well, I don't even have to go into the specifics, but nonetheless, they're a group that sticks to the essence of hip hop and what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. Whether or not you like his voice or not, West Side Gun, right? One of the biggest things that we revere in rap is rap voice, right? Your ability to be distinct when you come on a track. Regardless of whether or not you like the flow, what our favorite rappers all have a very distinct tone and voice, right? Regardless of each of their respective lyrical abilities, one of the main things that we look at when a track comes on is, oh, that's Ghostface, that's Mos Def, because of their voice and how. Right. So Griselda embodied a lot of those core characteristics that we spoke about that we felt was missing in hip hop, and they brought that back. And I don't feel like it's a mimicking or a redoing of something that was already done. They're doing it in a modern way, but still paying homage to that 90s grimy era where they're flipping samples. They're, getting original production out of hot producers, where they're making producers hot again.
I agree. I agree to all of that up until the
producers.
He sound like Dance. He sound like Billy Dance, son. That's all I'm saying. I'm messing with you. Like I love it.
What's the dude? He wasn't from Cypress. Was it Cypress Hills?
Yeah,
this is something you can't. Oh yeah.
Something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man.
The funky Buddha.
That's Be Real.
Yeah.
Be Real from Cypress Hill. So yeah, the voice is definitely yo, Neff. You actually you dropped a little bit of science on that. Yes, Gangstar was they did a record, The Voice. And Gangstar wasn't necessarily the most lyrical, but he was such a it just all made sense.
Sometimes
It was
Guru's voice
articulate.
annoyed me
It did.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like he had that step in
Yeah.
there, father me,
Yeah.
where's the father me? Like, yo, son, are you chewing gum? Like,
You got marbles in your mouth? Yeah.
rest in peace, Guru.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Word. But yeah, yo, funny, but gangsta, man. You should, yeah, but right? These are the words that I manifest.
Facts, that man are fast.
Right. Follow me. Like he always does that.
Oh, you're stupid.
But he
Yeah.
but he did a record with the voice. The voice is embedded and say, yo, the voice in this. So yo, absolutely Neff. The voice does have really got a big thing, big part of it. I think is the voice. I think that's why, especially some of the guys who have the longevity. Let's go with some of the voices then. If we want to do that, can we do that? Like a Busta Rhymes, who to me get on my nerves. I love Busta.
Don't you dare
Busta get on my
blaspheme
nerves.
Busta.
Busta get on my nerves.
Don't you dare blaspheme Busta, because he's in my top.
No.
He's in my top. Yes, he is.
My favorite.
And you know, I actually this is an aside. This is an aside. When Coi Leray came out and she performed at, it was one of these shows. I don't know if it was the Grammy hip hop show or whatever. And you know, she got big when they did the remix of with the Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See track. And she had the stage presence of the speaker.
Exactly.
It didn't exist. And you know how we spoke about the song was catchy, you know. Just take another flight, you know what I'm saying? Right. It was very catchy. But
another night.
Yeah. But Chris, you were like, how dare you, you know, remake Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, huh?
I'm biased though.
Yeah. But then Busta loves her clearly. He put her, she's on Blockbuster, his new album. Like he's doing tracks with her and stuff. Like I'm just like, okay, Busta ain't got no problem with her. I still do, but you know, I'ma just let her be.
Let's say this: the industry will never turn on the industry. It's bad for business. She had a high hand. The record was selling. Why wouldn't Busta get on and get that money, whether he like it or not? It's business. So a lot of times it's that. You know what I'm saying? Nas with Little Nas X. You know, come on, really? Yeah. You know, so it's business. You got the high hand, and they kind of, why would you downplay the other artists, right? Because then it's, you know, you're all in the same kind of camp. So they're gonna big each other up, and they're gonna help each other, or directly and indirectly. You know.
Well, it all depends, because you know you have some rap artists that don't rock with other rap artists. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And they just like, nope, ain't part of my clique. Ain't got no love for them, whatever. But
Kendrick and Drake.
Kendrick and Drake, what?
They genuinely don't like each other. Like this not beef. Like Kendrick explicitly said, "Yo, I hate you."
Yeah.
But remember, Kendrick was on his Take Care album on that interlude.
Business is business, but he does not respect him as a person, a rapper, artist, nothing.
Yeah, you could tell by the lyrics in his diss tracks, you know. And even if you go back to that 2012 cipher, the BET cipher. See, every time I do this, the thumb comes up. That's some crazy stuff. Back in 2012 with the BET cipher, and he gave a nod to Drake, basically, you know.
They've been exchanging shots for years. This is the first time, and it's so big because those three guys, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, and J. Cole bowed out for a good reason, because this was personal between the other two. But this is so big as it is, or as big as it is, because these are the last three like OGs of mainstream rap.
So am I correct when I say that J. Cole was giving them love when he called them the Big Three?
Yeah. Why?
That's how it
What?
sounded.
What? I don't see where.
But I thought that it was a brother camaraderie thing with Jay.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it wasn't nothing like that, but it got to where it was because it's actually personal between Kendrick and Drake. So Drake took Kendrick's verse on a song that he was featured on personally, right? But Kendrick's verse on that feature was one of those "I'm the best" type verses, like much like he did in that Control verse some time ago on that Big Sean
mhm.
song where he called out like 20 rappers.
Yes.
It's not unlike what he's doing here, right?
Mhm.
But this now escalated to
Escalated.
what it had because they have a personal, you know.
Personal rift. Now, if you remember going, I don't want to put my thumb up, going back with Roxanne Shante and how she called out everybody. She called out Light, she called out Latifah, she called out Salt and Pepper, she called out Yo Yo. In one song, she went after all of them. And everybody's diss track back to her was whack. And I
Mm-hmm.
like Light. Light is that's my chick. And I heard her response. I was like, that's
Yeah.
not good. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think Kendrick took a page from Roxanne Shantae's book and called everybody out.
I don't think he was doing it like that. I think it was more so like in rap. Rap is a very ego-driven genre, right? So when you're at, considered to be one of the biggest artists at the time, if you haven't dropped music in a while and you come back, you want to shake the room a little bit. It's not necessarily taking personal jabs at anybody, but as a rapper in an ego-driven genre, you being like, "Yo, I'm back. I'm the best." You know
And
what I'm
I'm the
saying? It's
best.
not,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's not on some "I hate you,
Mm.
come fight me." You know what I'm saying? It's yo.
Yeah, it's not a I hate you come fight me, but there have been times in our history since hip hop began that we've had collaborative songs with a group of artists that are not
Right.
necessarily from the same label. But
Mm,
that's how Buster became Buster.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because Leaders of the New, was just Buster, just that other case of that sob story. It's a sob.
Yeah.
But then once he started doing features and he's on these tracks with other artists, and now he's getting that, and he's coming out with the and everybody's like, who is this little nigga? Who's
Mm-hmm.
this nigga with the ropes coming out of his head? Let's get him. Let's call him. Who's his people? You know what I'm saying? So he
Yeah.
came out and so I'm not so it's doable for artists to work together if they want to.
That it is. There was a time early on when artists actually did that. You had Ice Cube always in New York, Cypress Hill always in New York. They all always perform with Public Enemy. Everybody was together. You get a feature, I get a feature. That's actually what destroyed New York. That's what took hip hop away from New
New
York,
York.
meaning because we started beefing with boroughs. We started Fat Joe beefing with
Yeah.
Nas, Wu Tang beefing with this person. Nobody want to work
Why because 50 had beef with everybody, but why did 50 not like Jada or Fat Joe?
because Jada and them was with Fat Joe, so 50 was against. So that was
It's
just
just guilty by association.
there. You go. Right.
Okay.
So
50
guess
had
what?
one
So
of the
guess
most meteoric runs in hip hop.
Huh?
Undebatably. 50 had one of the most meteoric runs in hip hop.
yep.
Undebatably.
Agreed.
Yeah. 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 He was up there. He was up there right after Snoop, because Snoop was like the first one who would have sold like 5 million. He was like one of the first ones to do like 5 million, and then 50 came and just did something crazy. DMX
I
was
was
like
never a fan of Snoop the rapper. I'm
Me
a
neither.
fan of Snoop the person.
Me neither.
That
I like
first
him as a
doggy,
person.
that doggy style album, wowzers. And I'm not talking about
There
see
go,
what we
there go, there go that Wowzers again. Go ahead.
but listen, see this is I'm a person that you have to compartmentalize. So like Snoop is my kind of freestyle, you ain't really saying nothing but it sound good kind of rapper. The music is really cool. The sound, the funky, like that doggy style album, there wasn't a lot of lyrical, deepness in it, but just it was a movie though. It was a movie. And I feel like that we gotta like now, if you want to have a lyrical talk, then we gotta say Nas. We gotta say nobody talks about organized confusion, Pharaoh Monch, from look, yeah, I knew you was gonna know from Queens. Like nobody talks about Craig G and like Nate, like all these cats who was actually trying to like put words together and similes and metaphors.
K
Um,
Solo.
Solo, I mean, cats that was really trying to rap. So I really feel like there's so many different. I don't think it all should just be called hip hop. I think it should be, like country have different types of country, and all the other genres just have different types of, you got your whatever kind of rap. You got your educate. This is for all the ladies. Something to talk with. What's the dude? He did the one song. It was like a Young MC.
Oh
Bust a Move.
wow.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
that was a huge song. To this day, that guy tours on. Bust a Move. Doom doom. Doom. Sir Mix-a-Lot. To this day, tours on. Becky, oh my God, I like big
Look at
butts and I
her butt.
cannot lie. Yeah, little did not try. So, was it lyrical? No. Did it sell a lot of records? Yes. Is
I
he
still
still
play Turn His Mother Out.
turn? I, well, yo, let me tell you though. But later in life, listening to Hammer, son, Hammer wasn't no. I mean, no. Okay, I'm not saying he was dope. I'm
Shut
not
up,
gonna say.
Chris.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. But yo, it wasn't stupid. At least it wasn't gold all in my wrist, gold all in my watch, gold all in my song. I said, what in
But
the
we need
hell?
stupid tracks. We're
But
not
that was dope.
expecting gold on my chain to be
That was dope.
at the
Exactly.
forefront of the civil rights movement. We're not
Exactly.
looking for that. We just looking to do this.
Yeah,
Go get
but
drunk in the
but
club.
when when MC Hammer came on the scene, he got demoed by a lot of artists. He
well,
got demoed.
because though he
He
was
was
picked out,
commercial.
but no, but specifically him. Like there was so many artists at the time to pick from, but they chose these clean type of artists at the time to be representative of the culture when that wasn't the case. So that's why they were kind of mad at him, not for selling records. Yo, sell them records, brother. But
Not
to us it was
Misrepresented.
misrepresentation of what hip hop was and is. So I think that's what they was really mad at. Like, and then they try him and him fucked up a lot of people because from
Yeah,
what I understand, him wasn't nothing to play with.
he ain't no Oakland. He from Oakland. He ain't no what they say. I'm no punk bitch.
Yeah.
He was
From what I
yeah.
understand, on that dancing, he was in shape. He bust your ass too. Now,
Yeah.
But this guy would have. I mean, the shows were so no. YouTube a Hammer show, dude. Like you talk about
And
a
see
show
why he went broke.
that too, because it was like
And see
30
the
people.
evidence of why he went broke.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like the stuff. It was almost like a circus on stage. It was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, you see how he went broke. Then
Sidebar, he danced, but I could be wrong, but I don't think he got flack from the
the
genre.
element
But Heavy D, he was amazing to me. He was amazing. You
because
know,
why? It was weird because Heavy was a big dude. Heavy didn't curse. Heavy had like clean
he was clean
lyrics.
cut. He was clean cut.
I like
He
some
was
heavy songs.
nimble for his size.
Huh?
He's very nimble for his size.
Yes.
Yes,
Bro, man, we would go in. You know
yes.
how many dance steps I got from Heavy D and the Boys?
He was
That
going
was
hard.
Let me ask you this question:
He was going
what?
in.
would Heavy had the same success if he was darker?
No, no, no.
If he
That
was
doesn't.
Thank you.
If he
That
was
does
Biggie
If
not.
he was
dancing
Biggie dancing, son, come on,
Yeah.
and looked like Biggie.
right? Nah, son, right? If he was,
Because Biggie said it
let me ask
himself,
you
black,
this.
ugly
So
as
let
ever.
Yo, he said that. That's what got him over. That he knew
Because
it.
and couldn't nobody say it because he said it
Right,
for himself.
right. He said, "Yeah, I was sewing the alligator on my shirt, and they said, let me see the tag." He said, "Bow." He hit him in the face, like, "No, get out of here." You know what I'm saying? Yo,
But here's the thing: gangster rap made ugly marketable.
touche, touche. I think that's
Gangster
fair.
rap made
There's a
ugly
lot of
marketable.
ugly rap dudes. A lot of
And I feel, and you know how I feel because I've expressed this, I feel that NWA was the catalyst for the violent gangster rap music. And that's why the media, press, or whatever would say, oh, yeah, the kids are getting this from the music or whatever. And I feel that Ice Cube was a part of the group that started a different level of gangster hip hop. And then he cut and run. He cut and ran, and now he's selling kids movies.
What would you rather him do?
But he lit the fuse. If the building blew up, and he's just like, oh, well, I'm over here with
Here's the
my
thing,
family having lunch.
right? If not him, it would have been somebody else. Because
Love it. I love it.
that music is a direct reflection of what was going on at the time.
Exactly.
Listen, that's what hip hop is. A
Yes.
direct
Yes.
reflection of what's going on at the time. But
If
at
not
that
him, it
time,
would've been
you had rappers out here that was discussing what was going on at that time.
Sure, but not everybody was going to deliver that message in a clean cut way.
No. And
If
by the
not
way,
him, somebody else.
it was the first Ice. It wasn't the second Ice. Ice-T actually was the first violent cop
Yes,
killer and all of that.
colors,
And also,
colors,
he was
colors.
before Ice Cube to change his life. This guy was a cop. This guy played a cop for 30 years on TV now. Like
Son, do
one of
you
the first.
remember?
I
Do you
love it.
remember that Ice-T was in the first Break-In?
Yes. Do you? Yes.
Was it really?
Yes. Ice-T.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Well, Dick Wolf.
With the tight pants.
Yes, Dick Wolf. Yeah, in the studs. But Dick Wolf, did what? What was
Law
Dick
and
Wolf?
Order.
No.
He did. Oh,
Before
he
this.
did.
No,
Oh,
New
yes, he
York
did New York Undercover.
Undercover.
Yo, do you have
Dick
an
Wolf.
inside to Dick Wolf? Because me and Chris was talking about this the other day. I need to find Dick Wolf. Dick Wolf.
Yeah.
Dick Wolf he's did so many movies. I mean, shows.
Shows.
I need to
So
find
guess
Dick Wolf.
and
Let's
Ice-T
Dick Wolf.
was the
Call us.
killer. Right. Dick Wolf, hit
Call
us
us.
up. Yo, Ice-T was the killer. Remember, he was chasing TC wife. He killed TC. He was a recurring art killer
Character.
on a character,
On
but he was a killer. Yeah,
New
he
York
was
Undercover.
chasing. Yeah, one of the cops' wife. He killed. The black dude.
It was Ice.
It was Ice-T that killed
Malik
his wife.
Yoba's wife.
Yeah, at the see those episodes.
Wow.
Yeah,
How do
YouTube
you
those.
remember that?
I love this shit, man. I could go on and on, man, and I love the sharing. But anyway, so Dick Wolf at the time, Ice-T. Ice-T tells a story. He said, Dick Wolf, man, this old white guy was talking to me. He said, I ain't know I'm a pimp. You know, Ice be talking his shit. And he said, man, he said, he was something about that, Dick Wolf was telling him something about him he really liked. And told him he always got a job. And
he's always had a job.
Olivia Benson, what's her real name? Adegree Manishay or something like that. Olivia Benson, the one that's now executive producer on SVU. Him and her been on there the longest.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
watch that. You know, that's mommy joint. I don't
Oh
watch
no,
that.
I thought that was you. No.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah, I watch it.
mommy and Shauna.
And
And Shauna.
Shauna. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that ain't you. So let's finish talking about it. We might as well keep talking about the people who were really great, who were and started in rap and then went and were very successful. Will Smith, Queen Latifah,
But he wasn't talking violent though.
Yeah, Will
He,
Smith, Queen
he competed.
Latifah,
LL Cool J.
um, LL.
People,
But LL
people.
wasn't a part of that gangster rap genre.
Ice
No,
Cube.
no, he wasn't. LL had some gangster
He had some gangster,
lyrics, but
especially
not.
when he was
He
going up
wasn't known
against
for it.
when he
Kumo D. Him and Kumo D had rap
and
beef.
Cannabis.
That was
I
later.
think I think I think personally, personally, I think Cannabis smoked him.
I
Personally,
I can't, nephew.
personally,
You gonna get us in
I
trouble.
think Cannabis.
I kind of,
I
it's
think Cannabis smoked him.
I'm gonna agree with you, man. I don't
That
agree.
was one of L's best battles to me
I,
personally, and I think Cannabis smoked him
I
personally.
don't really, and I'm gonna keep it all the way since we going there. The same way we went there with Big. I don't think L was very lyrical. There was a lot of stuff that didn't make sense that L was
I
spitting.
mean,
It
on
sounded.
certain on certain songs
This guy
where
said
he was
strawberry.
going.
This guy
Uh,
was just saying any kind of shit. It's just like there was no
there
some
was
no
some questionable. He was trying to find himself. You know, he was
yeah.
trying to do different things, like Music Soul Child. He want to have 17 different names now. He want to find himself and all this. You know, sometimes people, when you have a long career like that, you allowed to have some hits and misses. You know what I mean? So I don't want to talk bad about Ladies Love.
Ladies laugh. He's funny, and shit. That's another one. That NCIS. He been on that joint forever. LL now on the Hawaii version of it. He went to Hawaii on us.
Shauna said they just what's the name of the season? The show was canceled.
Hawaii. It probably wasn't good. Yeah. Come on. They had New Orleans. They had all kind of places. I'm like, man, if y'all
They
don't
got
get
Las
y'all,
Vegas.
they had Las Vegas, NCIS. Yeah, if y'all don't get y'all behind out of here. But yeah, I just feel like when you talk about hip hop, in particular rap, what a lot of people don't talk about is the dance part of it.
Mm-hmm.
We mostly talk about the
Do
rap
you
part
remember when Nelly came after Ice-T for like 2 seconds?
for 2 seconds, but he couldn't mess with OG. You already know. You already because I
he
yeah yeah yeah
was turned around like what?
right right
Yeah.
yeah no
It was like, don't do it. Don't
yeah.
do it. Don't
But
go
that's
there.
enough. But yo, let's get on Nelly. To be honest, Nelly was early with country. Nelly was country grammar early. Nelly was moan. He was singing Laura Ingalls and them. That's why he sold so much. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Early on, because Nelly had
I actually liked his
he
music.
wasn't bad.
I'm a
He
sucker
wasn't
for
bad.
cornrows and manicure toe. I
Yeah,
actually liked Nelly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He
He
wasn't he
he
wasn't
still
bad.
represented the pop side of it
Right.
when it came to
Yes. And I don't consider him hip hop. I consider him rap.
but now
I
you
can
got
see
to
that.
consider the other side of that coin, where you got people like Project Pat, 8 Ball, MGK, these guys that were representing.
Don't know, and don't know.
Well, that's straight trill. That's that,
But that's hip hop, right? It's like having McDonald's in different countries, right? It's still McDonald's, but each McDonald's is going to sell something that's distinctly specific to where it's at. You'll still have a McDaniel's
McDonald's in Italy
in
sells
Netherlands
horse meat.
in
right.
McDonald's.
Well, let me ask
But
you
my
this.
McDonald's
but my
in
point is
Italy
but my
sells horse meat.
point is
So you
but
have
my
beef
point is
and you have horse.
but my point is it's still McDonald's, right? You'll still have hip hop, but it's down south, right? And it has the fingerprint of down south, but
Let me
still
ask,
embodies all the characteristics of hip hop.
do they do that with country? how different, how broad
I mean, I don't
of
listen to
us.
country.
No, I do. How broad we kind of listen to country because country is a bit poppy now, but it isn't as broad. Meaning
Only
there
listen to Greg
isn't
Brooks.
as many differences within under that one country. I just feel like there's so many. When we say hip hop, it could mean R&B now. Like it's just crazy. Like it can mean anything.
That's the wrong genre to compare though. Compare alternative and rock. Punk
I
or
just
rock
I just
sounds
feel with
different in different states,
But no,
sounds
but that's
different in
yeah.
different
But
countries.
you're kind of making my same point. You're making my point that country is the one that they don't touch. Everything else they kind of mess with, and that's the point. Like I feel like it's deliberate. I feel like it's almost watering down the genre.
you
You
know
know,
what
but
I think of it as? I think of it
Okay.
as I think of it as new people coming along and being like, "Oh, well, I'm hip hop, but I don't want to do what you're doing, so I'm going to trans the culture into what I want it to be."
That's
put my
why
on mute.
why is evolution of anything considered to be a
Evolve,
negative?
evolve
If
by
it's
all
good,
means, but
if
don't
it's if it's
change the
good.
basic principles of what hip hop is.
And if it ain't broke, that's why all those sayings are. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All this kind of stuff. I just feel like for instance, I got a bottle that I refill my syrup with Aunt Mama on it because I ain't asked y'all to change that. I ain't asked y'all to change my Uncle Ben box. Y'all doing too much. I ain't asked you that. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's almost like you know, you're doing too much. We didn't ask you for that. What
But
isn't broken?
hip hop wouldn't be what it is if we stuck to that same ideology.
I disagree 100%.
Literally,
I disagree
literally.
100%. I think anything that we put out now will do the numbers that it does because the machine is behind it, and we
No, no,
proved
no.
that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that hip hop wouldn't exist if we believed in that ideology of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It as a genre would not exist if we believed in that.
I don't. Well, it depends on where you apply that. If you're applying that to the life in general, then absolutely nothing will
Hip
exist
hop is
then.
comprised of taking elements of already pre-existing things and making something new out of it,
Absolutely, and it
which
was
was frowned upon by traditionalists at that time.
absolutely the same as jazz, the same as rock,
Right.
the same as
So
only
again,
thing.
if we stuck to that if it ain't broke, don't fix it ideology, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
I agree,
You
but
weren't supposed to scratch vinyl records. You weren't supposed to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um,
That's that's a way to think about it.
Lil Nas X. I just googled him, and he's listed as a rapper.
I know. They all of them. Even what's the white boy who I kind of like? He got the tattoos on his face.
Oh,
But he sings R&B like dope. His music, you wouldn't even think he's him. Shoot.
the big boy.
Oh, not him. I like him too though.
Yeah, me too.
Oh shoot, dang it. I'm looking at his face. I'll come back. See, that's the crazy part. I remember Spoonie G rap, but I won't remember, somebody I just saw on TV the other day. Um, y'all know who
Lil Nas
Spoonie?
X is on it, and they're talking about he shut down the Met Gala with, and if you saw I'm just
What did he have a devil
that's
suit
hip
on
hop.
again? A
No,
devil suit on?
he had on like curtains with his nails as longer than.
I mean, but look, yo, this some of the most deaf. Look at most deaf now. Look at Black Thought. Black Thought wears skirts. One of the most lyrical
I ain't
dudes.
never see Black Thought
Google
wear a skirt.
concerts, you should see him. It's bananas, like pretty much sleep shirts. Put that in, yeah, with boots on. Look at most Def attire now. It's changed, and I'm not mad at it. I think it's different. I think it's evolution to me to an extent. but evolution is change and not replacement. And I think it's being a lot of what is being replaced as opposed to it evolving. If that, yeah.
I get behind that. I get behind
Mhm.
that.
So some of that stuff is like, all right, because like, I evolved. I don't wear big pants anymore. My inseam is not not long. But my zip, I don't have a long zipper anymore.
I can't. Ah,
We just walk around without zipper long.
I've evolved. I used to be mega, 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 mega churchy.
Wait, you ain't no more? Cause you
No.
was gospelina. Woo woo.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
But
Jesus
I've
on.
evolved. Tell them what you want.
Yeah, evolution, man. The change is great. Change is good. When it's good though, right? So like it's always gonna happen. So be okay with it. Even when you don't want it to happen, it will eventually. Cause yeah, he gonna make you. The universe. I always say is that to not try to not isolate people. And that was part of why I didn't really care for. Even though Malcolm was one of my favorites, Martin was a good, but they didn't compare to a Marcus Garvey who wasn't about the religion. They always brought religion into their civil rights. They always brought their, a religion aspect of it. It's like, yeah, because you got to believe in God. It was like, no, but we talk about one thing. You're like, to me, it was almost like it was switching bait. They tell you about thinking, and I say, yeah, you got to be a Christian. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no, I get it.
you got to be a Muslim. And Marcus Garvey with the Garveyism. In fact, their parents were Garveyists, Malcolm's as well as Martin's family. So that's why they were the way they were, even. And Marcus Garvey, I think, had the he had the plan, he had the sign. He said, "Yo, let's go back to Africa." And it wasn't people who always say, "I ain't African, I ain't going back to no Africa," and this and that. And what he meant was go back to gain your origin. Because if you, what do immigrants when they come here? They so go and come back as an immigrant, as an African to the new country and see how you flourish. So he was talking about that. He was talking. Then he had all these organizations, and oh my God, I could go on and on about the money. That to the point where they couldn't touch him. And guess what they got it for? The same thing they got Lucky Luciano on them for: tax evasion.
Ain't that something?
And they couldn't get him for nothing else. Well, guess what? Tax evasion, asshole, out of here. Pew! And they deported him because he was Jamaican. But I just feel like so I'll go back to the whole aspect of being, positive and social and trying to push the culture forward. Uh, I feel like there was always an agenda, whether it be, join my group, whether it be vote for this person, whether it be, um, but anyway, I went on a rant.
I was trying to figure out where you was going with that
Yeah,
one.
I went on one. I was, the leaky faucet.
No, you wasn't leaky. I just feel that if we're going to call it hip hop, then let it encompass what hip hop is supposed to be. All of the facets of what it originated as. And if that morphs into something greater, then so be it. Yeah, let's make things better than it was before. But when you try to transit into something that it's not and put the label on it and say it's hip hop, then that's where I have the problem.
I do as well. And I also feel like I'm not sure if it will get better. I don't, that's just like, comparing Jordan to LeBron. What came before can't be compared. The best they say this, the saying is uh the fastest way to belittle greatness is to compare it to something else.
So something else.
It came before. If we didn't know that, we wouldn't know that. There is no
Yeah.
comparison. Period. It is what it is. This joint, that's what he doing. Like so, yeah. I'd like
That's
to say
how I
that
feel when
again.
people try to compare Michael Jackson. Like,
Same
dude,
thing.
they'd be like, no, Taylor Swift is on Michael. Oh no, Beyonce is on. No.
Different. Just
Michael
comparing.
Jackson is Michael Jackson.
They never factor in the inflation.
What?
They never.
You know, back
You
then,
had
bread
bodies
was 72
at
cents.
my concerts, bro. People was passing out before he even said anything.
All he had to do was stand there like.
To the front.
Crazy. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and by the way, the first black video was not Michael Jackson on MTV. And it wasn't Billy Ocean. No, I knew you thought I was going to say that. I knew you thought I was going to say that.
I was just like, here this nigga go. Here he go.
No, it wasn't Billy Ocean. Guess who it was?
Who?
Kids. Musical Youth. Pass the dirty bunny left fun side.
Wait, they had a video before
Mike on MTV.
This generation.
Yeah, Diversion.
Who's the nation?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Let me look that up.
Challenge me. Challenge you.
Challenge.
Challenge it.
That came out in 1982.
Yep.
And Michael's
84.
Yeah, but that was before 1982. Off the Wall was before 1982.
I'm talking about MTV, man. And
on MTV. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. First black video on MTV. Because remember, they weren't showing black videos. And that was some random.
Yes.
You're
absolutely right.
Yeah,
I was just like, wait a minute. What you was talking about? That's why he was talking about Billy Ocean.
I knew you was going to say, but I'm telling you, Caribbean Queen.
So just so the audience knows, my brother, this one right here, seems to think that Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson, ABC, Never Can Say Goodbye, Billie Jean, Thriller, that Michael Jackson stole Billy Jackson's style.
Billy Ocean and
Billy Ocean style.
And you talked about two Michael Jacksons. The little Michael Jackson, that's a different Michael Jackson. I'm talking about later on before he did the bleach, you know. Well, he didn't do the bleach. Let me not say that because he had that thing. But before he got light skinned, did it.
Listen, you have to factor in Ben, Never Can Say Goodbye, Can You Feel It, all into who Michael Jackson was on the Off the Wall album.
That Off the Wall album was so different than anything he ever did because of the time. For the time was the genre, like the disco kick and snare, the sequence, it was so different. And they reinvented him. Look at Billy Ocean time frame. I just want to put in Billy Ocean first album and put it Off the Wall and watch what you see. I'm telling you,
the night song that he has with his tuxedo jacket over his shoulder walking through the street did come out a year before Billie Jean.
I'm just saying. I know.
But at that time, if you look at the Thriller album cover, everybody had the land to the side. Teddy P had it. Lufa had it. Everybody had that laying to the side with the suit jacket.
They had it based on Billy Ocean.
No, Teddy P was before because that's when Teddy P was walking. God forgive me.
You know what?
That was wild.
Yo, son, you ain't a Christian no more.
That was wild.
I'm sorry, Teddy. I'm so
Teddy,
sorry. I
Teddy
didn't.
Tender, and you know they call him Teddy Tender Ass, right? Because you know why he supposedly got into a wreck because he was getting head from a tranny in the car. That's why he got into the wreck. So they was calling him Teddy Tender Ass. But
All
anyway,
right.
yeah.
So
Teddy was
back
part of that.
to
Yeah. Billie Jean, man.
back to hip hop.
Billie Jean. And Billie Jean was, sorry, no, wait, one more thing. Sorry, no, fuck that. Billie
Go
Jean.
ahead. Go
Yo, I
ahead.
mean, not Billie Jean, Billy Ocean. And Billy Ocean was like the Shabba Ranks of R&B. So it was really hard to market. I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, Billy Ocean, Shabba Ranks.
Oh, father.
He was Jamaican.
That's a hot
It
take.
was really hard to folk, you know. So his appeal wasn't he had the curl, Michael. He had the jacket, Michael. He did the moonwalk first. Look that up. When Michael did it at the 25th anniversary in Motown, Billy already did it in the video, son. But we all were saying, "Oh, Michael did it, was the first one did the moonwalk." No, he didn't. Billy Ocean. All right, I'm off my soapbox now. We love you, Billy. Woo-hoo.
So as for hip hop and the beefs therein, we honestly just feel have your beef. Go back and forth, just like we did on the show. But keep it on wax.
Absolutely.
That's it.
1000%. 1000%. Love is love, y'all. Love is love, straight up. For real.
So, but before we go though, because you know how we used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Do you feel that there should be a limit as to what you can say about the other person on wax? Because certain things you say, because do you remember, I don't know if you saw that rap battle where the white dude was just like, yeah, because they say I can't say the N-word, but Nick, and before it was like a knocked him out.
Some kind of circumstances, but I say I'm with nephew on that. Say whatever you're gonna say. That's part of it. If your skin is ain't thick enough, you shouldn't be doing it.
So if you
And
dedicate a whole song to a dude's daughter that is apparently he doesn't have a relationship with her or whatever, that's all well and good.
I'm not mad at that. If he was saying what he was gonna do to her or do some grotesque to some child, different now we crossing the line, right? But if you're
So there
witty,
is a line that should not be
well,
crossed.
oh yeah, I mean, I think that line is obvious. We're not like you. I'm not gonna say, "Yo, that's word of mouth. I'm gonna kill your daughter and fuck your wife." Like, no, I mean, no, come on. There has to be
But there's a way to be ethically and ethical.
right,
You know what I mean? Like,
right. There's
you
something
know,
because you're still at work.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
that.
you know.
I like the ethical word you use because you are at work.
Ethically and ethical.
Yeah, right. You're at work and you
Yeah.
still have to
I like
perform.
that word.
So
I like that term. You're at work.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're at
still
work.
you're at the job. Whether
Yeah.
you're recording at home or whatever, you're still at the job, and that's your that's your profession. So there is something to not. So yeah, to your answer to your the answer to your question, yes, there is a line. I think, but that line is way further out than average because it's also entertainment. You know what I'm
So do we
saying?
still think that the beef is good for the culture? Like the current types of beefs?
I think that's
This
why they're doing it. I
this
think.
is the last one that we'll see of this magnitude for a long, 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 long time.
Okay.
Because these are
Okay.
the last three. This is like Braun, Steph, and KD retiring. Like the new
Yeah,
wave is coming in.
it's
Not gonna have
coming.
those generational talents anymore. Like Drake,
True.
Cole, and Kendrick, we're not gonna have that for a long time.
I hope we do. I hope it gets even bigger. I hope whoever comes after them sell more and be even more different. Be even more, them hopefully themselves. I think that and be able to do it. There's certain artists that was always them and they never wavered. Like and everybody there's people that I'm old, so my references are old as well. But Whoopi Goldberg, every movie she was in, guess who she was? Whoopi Goldberg. She always had her locks showing. She always had no eyebrows. It was like written in her contract.
Except
Like
for
it was.
Sister Act.
Yeah,
Sister Act, she was not. She
she
had
had
her wig on.
she had the wig, but remember she took it off. She showed the locks. Remember when they came in upstairs in her room and the dude was negotiating when the girls came to come get her and she was performing.
You right. You absolutely
It took her.
right.
She had the and she even had a do rag on her locks. Words
You're
like she was.
absolutely right.
And now I'll say this: Whoopi was one of the few brown women who looked like she looked. Had a body too, by the way. Y'all don't sleep on. Look at early Whoopi. She ain't wear big
We know.
clothes,
We
but
know.
Whoopi was kind of fine. But she was a little hard on the eyes too. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, my mom, what?
No,
You
I was just
know,
looking to see if somebody was outside. I
yeah,
just
no,
saw.
no. You needed sunglasses. But she would but it was unique. She was unique. You needed sunglasses. Let's keep it funky. But yo, successful, one of the first EGOTs, you know what I'm saying? People who won all those and did a whole bunch of stuff. But I was saying that to say something. Oh, but so as far as the new, I hope it does, get to where it's like even bigger and better and people are even different but still being themselves and you know being successful. I think that's possible. I think being yourself, you know um and still being successful, I think that's possible. I think not conforming is harder. You know it's harder. You might not make the
Especially in this day and age.
yeah. Shoot, I still be listening to like off brand, Solange and like people that are weirdos, but they make sense to me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
they it's just something about it. So I always say to people, I only out am out to attract all, not necessarily like-minded people, but all of the other Martians, because I'm a Martian. You know what I mean? And all of the other Martians, we'll find each other. And I think that's it. And we all have a village, and we all, once we find your village, you become comfortable. I think that's what all those groups are, why they were easily formed, because people want to be a part of something.
A part of something.
Yeah.
On that note, because of the fact that we've been talking about beefs, just know that they do not have to last. You can have a beef with someone and still respect them as your peer in the industry, your peer in whatever particular genre you may be in. Look, Jay and Nas made up. Fat Joe and 50 made up. Huh? Yeah, it may have been years later, but beefs don't have to last. And they definitely do not have to filter out into the streets. So, up until next time, we do not know what the topic may be. But you can bet your by golly, well, you can bet your bottom dollar that it would be up or debate.
Wait, that looked like an Illuminati sign you're doing. You get ready.
I'm trying to do a D.
Oh. You can
debate.
Oh, I can't do that now. Oh, that's how you do that. Look at my hand. I can't even bring it up.
How you do it?
Look, I'm stuck.
Wait, why are my hands over my face? Wait, what?
You say how you do it?
What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
How you doing, Eric?
What am I doing wrong?
Go like this, like you raising the roof.
Uh-huh. Oh, this way?
No. Raise the roof. Raise the...
Raising the roof.
Now come down with it. Raise your neck. Kind of rotate the back 3 in.
Back 3 in.
Towards your... No.
You're turning your head.
Other way. Turn it into your chin. Nope. Other way. No. Other way. There you go. Yep.
This way.
Yep.
Ow. Ow. We look like 3 dodos.
No.
You said how you
I was like this.